All right, so big congrats to everyone that has pulled Diane so far. I have seen a lot of comments saying, yo, 6-6, one rotation. Congrats to you, and congrats to everyone else that pulled it. If you didn't pull it, don't worry, you're on my train right here, the RNG failure train. So, I mean, hey, that's great. I'm not going to summon for everyone wondering. I got a lot of comments recently saying, yo, you doing a summoning stream? No, I literally made a guide saying I'm not doing it, or rather told you not to do it if you would like to save. I'm going to save, see what's next on JP. That's my plan, so for everyone asking that, there you go. But again, while I was away, a lot has been happening on the forums. It's been currently burning down a little bit. There are people that are like mad, that are, venting their opinions on some latest things. It even got a little bit more, flamed up because, the Diane summons didn't go well for some people. So they actually, they weren't planning on joining this movement, but they later did because, of Diane. So with that being said, we're going to talk about it here today. It seems to be like, some solid points, but I don't fully agree with everything that was said. We'll talk about it. We'll go over it. If you want to flame me for my opinion, go for it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Let's jump into it. So first off, to give you a little bit of background, Fix 7DS has been posted everywhere on the forums right now. Again, this was originally started by a French YouTuber. That's what I found out. And then, well, it was like a movement started. He put it out saying Fix 7DS, and then in the description of his video, he did put out like a message for you to go and paste over into the forums, and some people did. So if I go into the forum and I search Fix 7DS, and I filter by accuracy, what happens is I get 1,869, which is, it seems like a pretty good movement. Thing is also, just to make this clear, a lot of this is also people disagreeing with the entire movement. So realize that it's not actually that many that are doing it, but it's a good amount, right? It's a good amount. Over here also Fix 7DS on the French side of things, which is 638, not doing so bad. It's a pretty solid thing. There are already a lot of people backing this because again, the forum isn't like used by a crap ton of people, but if that many people are posting, it's on some people's mind. Now again, if you're wondering about the entire message that people are putting out, this is the one that I actually went to pull up. There's a lot of people spamming this one, and they listed like bullet points of what they want changed. And I went and read through like more expanded ones also, like learning what they want and what they want to change. Yes, again, right now, usually whenever we have like a Fix 7DS movement or whatever, or like we want to change the game, something happened where NETMARBLE stepped on us, and then we're like, all right, maybe we should fix this. For example, Assault Melee, Global Gun at Rushed, we got mad, that's happened. Then when it came to removing festival units off of the festival banner, the biggest L in, like, I gotta say, that's my opinion, the biggest L of NETMARBLE, that was like the dumbest decision ever. But again, that happened. With this, it's just, it happened, right? Nothing, provoked us in a way. Yes, I think it was like built up frustration. Then we were like, you know what? Screw you at a point. So again, in the original message, this is the original one that was copy and pasted, they had a problem with constellations. Again, what was the problem with constellations? I guess we can all go off of it. It's very whale heavy, and if you feel otherwise, you're a whale. I'm gonna be honest with you. So yes, I see that as a genuine concern. Again, definitely Constellation needs a little bit of revamp. Overall, though, when the system was first announced, it seemed to have so much potential. Definitely, as I went through the system, it got less and less, right? You realize more and more, like, all right, you're not making it. And then again, at the end of the Constellation, it does, it grants you pretty good amounts. So there's a high chance you're not making it there, unless definitely you will. It is a very, very stark difference. So I do see a genuine concern with that. So I agree with that point. PvP not fun since months. I agree and disagree at a point because it's like, PvP was fun at the beginning, but then again, you have to release, broken insane units. Estarossa, people like still hate him because he destroyed PvP because he could one shot. But it's like, we have Trader Melee, we have Assault Melee, we have Festival King. Honestly, Purgatory Bond was like the worst meta. Yes, I agree PvP is not fun in the way of you should have more modes. We should have different rules, maybe a different set, maybe even a different area to fight, like, fight festivals, backgrounds annoying at a point. Different rules that aren't like bullcrap. Like, again, I felt that during that entire time when we had same name, PvP, with that rule where you can, like, bring in 5 Meliodases, that was fun. If we have more, like, distinctive things like that, it would be great. But if this is referring to meta only, I disagree fully because it's, like, at a point, yes, one-shot units, all of that. I see that people were mad at Bond, and I agree, that was a bad thing. But overall, if you're trying to say, revamp it, have some new things, add a new ladder on top instead of like 60 gems being the cap, make it 80, I agree. Yeah, it's not bad. But again, the rest of the points here, 7DS was free-to-play friendly, now it's whale friendly. Fixed SA coins and pendants. We have too many limited heroes if you want them, or if you need them practically to defeat new content and other things. Create new events because doing 100 times Pikachu since this month is just boring. We love the game, that's why you must fix it. That was what was said. Okay, those are the entire points, which again, I agree with some. I do agree, SA coins need a little bit of a revamp and a little bit of a fix. Not a revamp, but a fix. We need a little bit more of them. It's so hard recently for me to actually go and farm it. Then again, like the hourglass only shows up, what, once every 2 weeks now? So that's just stupid in a way also. Too many limited time heroes. Depends on what you're defining limited time heroes as. If they're saying Magelda, and those are required to defeat content, which again, I'm describing as the bird. Yeah, that's true. Yes, definitely. But I'm guessing, like, again, they've released so many characters for you to obtain a team to beat the bird. Yes, Magelda makes it way, way easier, but there is a team you can formulate, to try and beat it. Which, again, the bird was also just a bad call with how hard they made it, which is very RNG heavy. If it wasn't RNG heavy and it was pure skill and whaling, maybe then it was fine. But it's definitely RNG heavy, and then whaling just makes it easier. Moving on to this point here, right? So I had this entire thing. Kyle, like, made a very, very good, set of points here. And described everything properly. So I went over here to describe it. I took way too long on the other point, but this is kind of summed up a lot of it. So to read through it here, the first point, he talked about demonic beast battles. The one that I really wanted to bring up also was PvP, right? With PvP, it says this is going to be short. It's just the 1/6 ultimate issue needs to be addressed for both NETMARBLE's sake and the players. For ultimate effects such as Festival Gother's ultimate, where he deletes cards in PvP matches, it really comes down to the ult level, especially for a unit like him. Inflicts damage equal to 8% of max HP on all enemies and deletes 2 skills at random. And again, with this entire point, yes, I agree that some characters definitely have a terrible 1/6. Okay, I don't know if you've seen Diane's 1/6. But I think her HP, like, what is it? She restores HP by 3%, and then her 6/6 is like 50%. That's a big difference. That is a massively big difference, okay? Then when it comes to Gother, if you 6/6 him, you delete all cards, and then this turns into like, what, 30 somewhat percent? So in comparison, it does do a lot of difference. And yes, again, 6/6 has been a thing for a while now. If you don't want to go and make the 1/6 effect okay, then go and make the festival unit on a 0.5% rate up, and the other festival units on a 0.25% rate up. That's perfectly fine. If you think about it, the Gother idea of when they made his festival banner, it was a good idea. He was on 0.5, but there were no other festival units. It was a good idea, but you didn't have to remove the other festival units. We could have got something in addition. Practically that entire point was to like remove the other festival units. We make this on 0.5. Great idea. It was a good idea, but you ruined the other side of it where you remove the other festival units. So make it where it's on 0.5, better chance to pull it. So in comparison, while you're pulling it, you'll get closer to that 6/6 so that you don't have to change the skill effects and you make everyone's life easier. Simple. Then again, we have quality of life changes here. Again, you can pause through and read through if you want to. But yes, this practically says have a button where you can just go and level up the character automatically all the way up to the highest point. Yes, should be there. Improved communication system. Yes, should be there. Character sorting has fixed a little bit here and there. It's been slowly getting new additions, new stuff like that. So they've been doing that. Transparency between the devs and players. You can read through it again. But he goes on to say practically, yes, you have transparency, you do good at it, right? NETMARBLE does do good. It's telling the players what's happening, but sometimes in dev notes they take something away without telling what's next. They just say, you know what, we're taking this out because we want to revamp it. How about you say it right then and there what you want to take away and why you're doing it, why you want to revamp it, and when it's going to be revamped. Honestly, at a point they took away the tickets and like, oh, or they took away some stuff from Coin Shop and they said, oh, we're gonna go and revamp Coin Shop. Not really. No, it wasn't a revamp. First off, you took away some stuff, you didn't give anything in return, and then you say, oh, later down the line we'll add new stuff and more stuff to it. But it's like, if you're gonna take away something, add something to equally compensate it, not just nuke it. Like, what? And again, he kind of agreed with what I said here. He did say Coin Shop, so yeah, Coin Shop was like, what was that change? You removed like the main purchase item, and then you added nothing to it, and then or you added like the festival stuff for like festival coins, trading that in for that. It's not bad. Okay, good change. But there could have been more. You removed the ability to buy those SSRs with gold coins, which again, that was like a free 6/6 for some players that are new, right? To get them Jericho, there were some good ones in there, but now you can't do that anymore. There were some good changes, but overall some were stupid. Yeah. Then we had a little bit of a fun section right here, which we had some good points. Where is Grey Road? Where? Like, dude, I have no idea what they're doing, but Grey Road has not released, and it's the biggest meme at this point. Honestly, Grey Road is like right next to Estarossa. On not getting, a unit, rather festival unit for Estarossa, but unit for Grey Road. Ro and again, like Bond's father, very very good characters. That it would be cool if you dropped them, even if it's just for like an SR. There could be some more variety in the game with some SR characters dropped here and there. Spice up the pool a little bit, would be pretty cool. More costume discounts would be pretty nice. I'm happy that it is every 3 months, or like, what is it? No, it's every 6 months. Take that back. But if it was more like 3 months, you get a costume discount, would be pretty cool. It's like the best event to come back. But they always release it at the worst freaking time to where you lose out on purchasing anything. That's a great, thing. But yeah, more events with free cosmetic URs. They're pretty fun. They've recently been doing them too. But would be pretty cool to see more and add them back to final bosses, please. And release new final bosses, please. And then this one also more costume events, like they did with the catastrophes. Yes, I also agree. And that fan art costume one was really cool. It took 9 months to actually get them in game, but it was a very very cool event, and it would be cool to see another one like that, like a fan art costume for Ragnarok would be sick. Or other characters would be pretty cool. Remove constellations from geared PvP. Again, they won't have to remove it if they can just revamp it, like do an overhaul on it, fix it. Would be pretty nice. And also, he had some like fun stuff. If you want to read through it, you can. A lot of it was pretty well done this entire post here. And I think it was like pretty, it was well received. 3 thumbs up and 7 love. 1 person mad, but everyone has to. There's always that one guy, right? So overall, I agree with a lot of this, yeah? There's some good changes, there's some good points. Currently, the forums are a little bit, mad at the entire game. But yes, I'm going to say it right now to culminate this video. There are, NETMARBLE does really good. They do really good at some points. They definitely have a very, very, very good game going for them. They have made changes. They do listen to the community a lot in comparison to other games. And I will say that devs do good, okay? Yes, at some points, there are very, very, very stupid decisions that, like, muddy the water and, kind of ruin their track record, right? Yes, Quain Shop was unnecessary. That little change was unnecessary. Yes, removing the festival units was very, very unnecessary. Yes, there were things they've done, but they do pretty good. And hopefully they can just listen to this. Yes, we're not boycotting the game. We're not quitting the game. We're not mad at the game. We're not mad at the game. We're just suggesting some changes, and hopefully they listen to that. Again, there is no, like, ill will here. We're not like, oh, we want this game to fail. Yes, there's some changes. There's some good stuff they can do. They can make it a little bit better. Again, they've been working, definitely, if you look at it. They have Origins coming out, a brand new, fully expansive game, which is crazy. They have been doing some pretty good, like, animations and stuff like that. They're working on Ragnarok. They're working on stuff, so hopefully they can see some more, or rather, we can see some more from it, and then hopefully we can see some changes. Some cool stuff added in, make it a little bit more better, and pick up the game a little bit more than it was. Yes, I still feel 7DS is like almost a perfect game. There are some changes. They can make this way better. Let's see if they can do it. With that being said, that's the entire video. I just want to talk about this entire movement and, the forums being a little bit, spammed. So yeah, thank you for watching. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next one.